Welcome back to Align with Ali. I'm here to bring you another Pilates Reformer workout. Today, all we're going to use is our Reformer in our box. As always, choose the springs that feel most comfortable for you. Feel free to change them at any point so that you get the most out of this workout. And always make sure that you've consulted a healthcare practitioner prior to engaging in any exercise. So we're going to start on one blue spring. Our box is going to be on lengthwise or long box. And we're just going to start facing the front. We're just going to start with a nice cat-cow. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips. We're going to take a deep inhale, rounding that spine, tucking that tailbone. And then we're going to sink the belly, arch the back, big exhale. Deep inhale through your nose, round your spine. Big exhale. Arch the belly, sink the back. Inhale, round your spine, tuck that tailbone. We're working through full spinal range of motion here. Arch the belly, sink the back, big exhale. We'll do one more in each direction. You're in control of how far into each range you go. Good. Coming back to center, you're going to take your left arm. You're just going to thread that needle. Pausing here for a moment and then opening up. Good. We're going to do two more like this and then switch sides. Getting some nice rotation through the spine. Other side. Threading that needle, arm underneath armpit, shoulder towards the box, and then opening. Good. Threading under, holding for a moment or so, and then opening. We've got one more like this. Beautiful. And then we're going to take hands to the bar and we're going to get right into it. So knees are going to start supported on the box. Hands are going to be on the bar. We're going to take a deep inhale. We're going to pull those abdominals in as we exhale. And you're just going to send the carriage away using your knees, coming into that modified long stretch here. So just starting to warm up the core. We're just pressing that carriage away. And then bringing it back in. So shoulders and wrists stay stacked. We're not doing any pushing with those arms yet. We're engaging through abdominals. Gaze is just straight in front of us towards the floor. Long through the neck. Chin tucked in. Good. Now if you're happy here, you're welcome to stay here. But if you want to make this a little bit harder, you're going to tuck your toes. You're going to send that carriage away. You're going to push through the toes, coming into a full plank. Drop the knees down. Pull the carriage in. Little press. Exhale, push, full plank. Now, if this doesn't feel good, you just continue with the knee press or that modified long stretch. Finding support through the shoulders, obviously through the core. Taking your time with each repetition. Good, we've got 4 more like this. Last 3. Last 2. And then on this last one, we are going to hold. Big push all the way up if you can. You're just holding here for a 10, for a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come on down into a child's pose. You could shake it out side to side, stretching through shoulders and arms, and then coming right back in. I'm going to face you and I'm going to be sitting, and I'm going to grab that strap here. And from here, we're just going to start with a seated torso twister, so both hands are on that strap, and just rotating towards that foot bar. And then towards the back of the carriage. Shoulders down and away from the ears. Allowing your heart to turn to one wall and then the other. I like to inhale into slack and then exhale into resistance. Good, 3 more like this. Last 2. And last 1. Perfect. You're going to take that same strap. You're going to place it in your right hand, left hand supports. You're going to tip back slightly, and we're going to do a pull and a punch. So kind of like that pulling a sword motion. Now option 1 is to stay with feet planted. Option 2, more advanced option, is to come into a tabletop position. So really challenging your balance. Your core, left hand is there for support. Imagine that you're balancing a plate on your shins, feeling the shakes, wrapping those ribs around, really feeling that core engagement. We're going for 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Awesome job. From here, you are going to drop that strap. We're going to take the box and place it to the left side of the carriage. And we're going to add a white spring to the blue spring. Hands on the box here. Right foot going to be on the shoulder rest. So if you need to adjust where your box is, you can bring it up or down as you need to. We're just going to start with a single leg press. The right knee is going to come off that carriage. So there's no touching of the knee on that carriage. Left knee is under left hip. So I'm on the left side. If you're on the right side, it'll be opposite. Now when and if you're ready, you're going to press that leg back, reach your left and opposite arm forward, and then bring it back down. Good. Last 3 like this. Good. Last 1. Both hands come to the box, or forearms if you need to, but you can do hands or forearms. Right leg is pressing against that shoulder rest. You're keeping that right leg straight. You're going to pike the hips up, bring that left knee in towards your chest, and then come back down for a rest. Good. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, pike those hips up, and then coming back down. We got 3 more like this. We pike. Last 2. My right shoulder is burning. Last 1. And then you can pull that carriage in. From here, we are going to work into a bit of a lunge series. We're going to take that weight off and just work with a blue spring. And then the box is just going to come right beside the carriage. Left foot is going to be at the front of that box. Right foot against the shoulder rest. We are going to be bending that left leg, keeping the right leg straight, reaching those arms up at the bottom of your lunge. Reaching the arms back down, coming up to standing. Bend that left leg, reach the right, and stand tall. Exhale. Inhale up. Good. You're going to exhale, reach a little bit lower, reach those arms longer, pressing through that left leg to stand tall. You're doing great. Find something to focus on. Really focus on something in front of you to help you with that balance component. Really pull in through abdominals to help you as well. Challenge yourself and see if you can get a little bit deeper on these last few reps here. Good. This last one here, you're going to hold You're gonna pull the carriage in, you're gonna bend your elbows, but you're gonna rotate towards that outer leg and then press long, reach arms long. Rotate, bend knee in, bend elbows in, reach those arms long. Good. You got this. 2 more after this. Last one. Good, and stand. Nice and tall. You're gonna face the wall behind you. So I'm facing forward, I'm gonna face away from you. Left foot on the box. Right foot on the carriage. And we're just gonna go into a squat and I'm gonna press that carriage to the side. Good, and then I'm gonna stand tall. So my one foot is right against that shoulder rest. You might want to adjust this foot in the box if needed, but it should be okay in the same spot. Making sure not to crash that carriage home. So having control. If you wanted this to be harder and have more resistance, then you could, again, walk that foot down and you'll have a little bit more to push there, or you can move that box down. So kind of like our skater, really feeling this in my left quad here. Good, we've got 3 more. Last 2. Good, and then last one. Perfect. From here, we are going to take that box and place it on the carriage. We're gonna switch to a 1 red spring. For our box on lengthwise, we are gonna grab the straps. Make sure they're not twisted or crossed. And you are just gonna sit your bum on that box, feet on the headrest. And we're just gonna roll those shoulders back and down. We're gonna start with a little tuck of that tailbone coming into a roll back. Good, and slowly rolling back up. You're only going as far as you feel comfortable. Keep those shoulders plugged in. Good, tucking that tailbone, shoulders plugged in, and sitting up nice and tall. Good, you're gonna roll back now, pause. Can you bring one leg into tabletop? Good, lower it down, bring the other leg into tabletop. Lower it down, and then sit up nice and tall. You roll back, you pause, hip fold, and sitting up tall. Good, now we're gonna add a little bit of a bicep curl to this. So you're gonna roll back, you're gonna pause. When you bring the leg to tabletop, you come into that bicep curl. You release that leg, release the arms. Switch legs, bicep curl. Good, and then you sit tall. You roll back, bicep curl, and bicep curl with that tabletop leg. Sit up tall. Good, keep your breath moving. Deep inhale at the top, exhale, curl. We're gonna challenge this a little bit more on the next rep, and then we'll be moving along. Take that deep inhale. Big exhale, roll back, pause, we stay back, and we just alternate that bicep curl and hip fold. Good, for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're gonna sit up tall and we're just gonna kind of shake out those arms by pulling them straight back, opening that chest. Pull and squeeze those shoulder blades. Nice. Taking a moment to let your breath come back. Still getting some strength through those arms though. Keep that chest wide. Good, last couple here. Awesome job. You're gonna take those straps. You're just gonna let them drop down to the floor. We are gonna take hands to the rails and knees to the box. Just a little cat-cow here, just quickly. Finding your neutral position from here. Can you pull the carriage in? We're gonna go for 10. Good, for 9. Big exhale for 8. Oh, I'm slipping. Yeah, so if you're slipping, you might want to bring your hands back a little bit. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Send those hips back into a child's pose. So now we are keeping the box here. We're facing the other way. We're going to go into that torso twister movement and then into our pull-a-sword with feet supported or in tabletop. So we're going back to that blue spring. And I apologize for facing away from you. But we'll start with that torso twister. Bum equally weighted, hips nice and heavy, hearts turning to one wall and then the other. Big exhale into resistance. Inhale as you come into slack, shoulders away from the ears. I don't know if you can see Toby over here, but he's kind of teasing me taking a nap while I'm doing a workout. Good, keeping those hips facing forward, keeping your feet equally weighted here too. So don't let those knees wobble and move too much. You've got 4 more like this. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. And then, as you know, we keep that strap. Right hand comes to the box now. We come into our pull-a-sword. And you are welcome to stay with feet planted, or if you want to come back into that tabletop position, you can. You could also do a mix of both. We're going to do 10 total here of whatever option you want to do. This is 3. This is 5. We're halfway there, especially after all that core work. 4. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Bring those feet down. You can drop that strap. Now you can take this box off to the other side. You're adding that white spring. Again, feel free to take a sip of water whenever you need it. We're coming into that left leg single leg press, eventually adding that arm reach, and then coming into that plank to pike moment. And then we'll kind of finish off with that lunge series that we did on the other side, which seems like it was forever ago. So right hand is supporting on the box. And I'm just going to move this box up a little bit because it feels better to do that right now. And then left foot against the shoulder rest, we just go for that press. Right knee under, right hip. Working through that glute and hip. Knee comes off. Gaze straight down at the floor. Support through shoulders. Keeping your breath fluid. When you're ready, we're going to do 10 of these. You're adding that opposite arm reach, kind of like a bird dog. Left shoulder's getting tired. Onto that forearm whenever you need to. I believe this is 5. 6. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. And 10. Oh my goodness. Okay. Again, hands or forearms, whatever feels best for you. You press that carriage out. We're just going to do 5. Left leg stays straight. We pike the hips up. Knee draws in. Right knee draws in. Left leg stays straight. We support. Good. Deep inhale. Big exhale. And then we come down. Good. This is 3. We've got 2 more. And last one. We pull that carriage in. We take that weight spring off. We bring that box back. We come into our long lunge. We do about 10 reps of our long lunge, 10 reps of that back leg tuck, and then we are going to face each other and do our skater. So right foot on that box, left foot on that shoulder rest. We come down as low as we can. Arms reach. We stand tall, pressing through that right foot. Left leg stays as long as it can, getting as low as you can through that right hip. Finding something to focus on. And because we're on a box, I don't know about your box, but mine's a little squishy, so balance can be an extra challenge with that extra squish. I'm trying my best to count for you. This is 4. 5. We're halfway there-ish. Last 3, we hold that one at the bottom. 2 more. Good. On this next one, we're holding. And we pull that left leg in. We rotate right, bend those elbows. Good. Try for 10. For 9. Breathe through it. You're strong. You can do it. 8. 7. 6. You're almost there. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. And stand tall. Shake out that glute. I am facing you now. You face the opposite direction. Left foot against that shoulder rest. We're just going to come into a squat and kind of like a skater motion here. And we press. Feeling this a lot in that quad. Bring that leg back if it's a little bit too much. Try and sit back on that butt cheek still though. So although we are going to feel this through the knee and the quad, still try and get some glute involved. We got 5 more. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And last one. Beautiful. I would like to finish off with a plank challenge and then some feet and straps because that always feels good at the end of class. So we're going to stay on the blue spring. We are going to take the box back up just because we've been using it all class. But I'm going to put it on short box this time, and I am going to put my feet on the top of this bar, but if that feels like too much for you, you have a lot of options here. You can drop that bar down 1 notch, 2 notches, or all the way down, so your feet can kind of be in a place that you feel safe in. I feel okay with my toes in the bar, so that's where I'm going to go. But again, feel free to always just use that platform. I'm doing forearms because that feels good for me. Toes in that bar into your plank. Good, you're going to tuck those knees in. You're going to press into your plank, pause, pike those hips up. So doing a mix of both, because sometimes I just can't decide which one I want to do, and I really like both. So we're going between a plank and a tuck, and a plank and a pike. We're going for 10 more seconds, for 9, for 8, for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come on down. From here, you can take that box and place it off to the side. I'm gonna go to a red and a blue. Gonna keep it comfortable for today. And then you can get right into leg arcs with your feet in the straps. If you want to go heavier, you're more than welcome to go heavier. If you need to go lighter today, of course, you just maybe go to like a heavy and a light spring instead of a heavy and a medium. Good, keeping the tailbones grounded, abdominals engaged, arcing those legs up and down. Starting with a parallel foot. Slight bend in the knees so you don't feel any strain behind them. If you have a straight knee and you don't feel any strain, that's great. Good, now you're gonna bring the heels together, toes apart for your arcs. Good, when your legs come down on the next repetition, you're gonna hold your heels together, you're gonna frog bend in, you're gonna push out, keep the heels together, and then your legs are gonna part kind of like into the splits or a heel beat. Heels come back together, frog bend in, push out, legs come apart. Pull those heels in, keep the heels together, squeezing like you're squeezing a little bean between them, and then part those legs. We got 4 more of each. Last 3. Last 2. Good, last 1. And then the next time you press your legs out, hold them out, and you're gonna come into circles. Whatever direction you wanna start with, I'm okay with. You're gonna do 5 or 6 circles in one direction. And then reverse directions. Keeping your breath fluid, even during the more calming parts of class, especially during the more calming parts of class. Good, last one here. And then you could bring those straps up. We're just gonna stretch those hamstrings a bit using the straps to pull on your hamstrings. You can bend one knee if you wanna focus on one. You're also welcome to move into happy baby, which always feels really nice with feet and straps. And then finishing off with butterfly. Giving me one really deep breath here. Big exhale. And then gently removing the straps from your feet. Rolling to the side to press up. And thank you for joining me for another reformer class. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and comment below what you would like to see more of. And thank you for joining me, Toby. Yeah, say thank you. Say thank you.